Hello world, PDR coming at you here with an 03 Dodge, and it's a really nice truck. It's got a big dent, unfortunately, on the driver's rear quarter. I've got it nice and warm. Let's check the temp on it. It's about 110, 112, 115 right in the center of that. Now I know it looks really severe in the board, and honestly it looks really severe to me. But I'm going to take it real slow. I'm going to use Louis, my bullet tipped. I think that's a 14-inch. I've got a hole drilled up underneath here, which just a little half-inch hole that we're going to plug and paint and seal when we're done. Get my tool right up on this one. And actually, guys, I'm going to move the board a little bit higher. Let's go like this. Put it right on the glass. And whenever it's on the glass, this is kind of a tip for the board. You know you can just kind of yank it and move it around. When it's on the metal, you want to be a little bit more careful when you do that and only do it from the arm, because you don't want to make another dent or bend the metal. So now, that gives me a lot larger of an angle. I'm going to actually start right here at the bottom, come up through the middle, and just kind of typewriter it out. Now I'm at the very bottom. I know where I'm at. I'm in this little teardrop. This is the point when I say, I sure do appreciate y'all clicking on this video. I really do. If you would hit that subscribe button, it sure helps out the channel. And I know where my tool is, but I don't want to make any pushes that show it. So I'm just going real slow here as I'm kind of walking into the center. And this is another one of those guys that scratch itself is my guide for where I want to push on this dent, because that's where the dent was the most severe. Right now I'm coming into the center of it and I'm making some real slow pushes. Now I'm coming down to the bottom of it again, because sometimes it gets tough to find and I just have to know where my tool is. Honesty. Now let's go back up into the middle of it and dial this one out real slow. Make sure it's still warm, and honestly, before I take any more out, I'm going to have to do some tapping. So I don't know if you guys are going to have a quote-unquote uncut video. We'll see how long it goes. But you saw that I made this pretty severe push on the bottom, and I've got a little bit of brow work. So let's take that severe push out, and it's so nice and warm that it comes out very quickly. These taps are about 5 pounds of pressure, maybe 8 or 9. I'm kind of throwing the hammer into it. Let's open that dent back up a little bit, get right into it. Zen mode, and I'm going to start at the top this time. Find myself and bring it on down into it. I know right where my tool is. It's right along this little scratch. I'm going to come in and find the bigger scratch. After I shallow it out a little. And guys, on a dent like this, the heat, I know I've said this before, but the heat on this one is crucial. This light blue, metallic, silvery blue paint has a lot of metal flake in it, let alone it's 12 years old. So I want to really take my time with this sharpest point. Even though it is scratched and it will require a little bit of touch-up paint, I don't want to break any more paint. So I want it to come out nice and flush. We're taking down that high spot again, the same one I made before. I made it again. And you see how hard I hit it there. To get a little bit in depth with what we'd call training is, yeah, if you make the same mistake twice, stop. Pound that sucker down so it's a dent again and restart from fresh, because don't make the same mistake over and over again. That's insane. So let's go to the center of it, find that scratch, make a nice severe push, make another couple nice severe pushes, and dial in this one. Here's where the magic happens, guys. I didn't say it, but it's right now. And now I'd say we are left with a high line. A nice looking high line with no cracked paint. We tap this sucker down real nice, and we might even call this a completed video. There might be another one on this truck that we could do and put on video, but I don't know. Let's give it a cross check. We bring it down a little bit, turn the board at a little bit different angle, and yeah, now I see a lot more of that little high area, and it's about getting that one out nice and evenly. And I will say, guys, this is one of those dents that I can get looking pretty darn good in about 10 or 15 minutes, but I probably will spend some quality time off camera and make this thing look real straight and clean. So is when I say, yeah, I do appreciate y'all, all the comments and stuff, but this one also, we aren't going for show car on this severe of a dent. We're going for, let's get the dent out and make it look good. We know we're gonna have to touch up that little spot, but I still want to see, now that the dent is out and it's kind of high, I'll have to tap it down straight and take out those tiny little lows as finish work, but I still want to see how much of that scratch I can remove with my Perfect-It now that the dent is removed. Not much of it, but some around the edge. The product I'm using is 3M Perfect-It. I have a video on my tools and tips. Now let's tap some more, heater back on, and right about here where it's the highest and most severe. I'm actually going to move this back a little bit. And the heat is mostly needed for bending that most bent metal. So I got the center of it out, luckily without cracking any paint or making any really funky marks. These push marks I can tap down. But just now for the last finishing work, I could almost turn it to the smaller setting and just keep it mildly warm, because the heat isn't going to do so much difference. But let's get back up top here. Take this little high spot out. It's going to leave us a low, which I see right there. And we can get right back into that low. Let's check the temperature. 105, 103. Still has a high area, I know. Find that hole, get the tool in there, but I'm going to come up to the top and get this big valley out because it's holding that edge in. So once again, I sure do appreciate y'all sticking around for this super long, well, I don't know how long it is. We're probably up to about 8 minutes right now. But like I say, more time will be taken on this dent. What we wanted to do is get you a video today of a really severe one coming out to that 90% mark. And I think anything that I get over 91 or 92% is going to be just a bonus in my mind from the way that I told the customer it was going to end up looking. With the severity and the scratch in it, you're just never going to get the 100% result that you want. And I could spend all day trying to make it flat, but it's a really severe one. So with that, guys, I know I got a little bit of tapping to do. Let's do some on camera before I say the thing. Just a couple more. I got kind of a little tiny triangle, but let's see what we're looking like. Yeah, I'd say if I look deep into it, I've got a couple little push marks I'm going to clean up and just a little tiny low. But the difference, honestly, between a dent and no dent in a quick fashion, I wouldn't even say wholesale, I'd say in a quick retail fashion, I think it came out pretty darn nice. So I sure do appreciate y'all clicking on the video. Once again, hit that like on the way out if you would. And this has been PDR, and I'm out. Peace.